ஓகேவா? ஹலோ மேம் கேக்குதா? அதுல கேக்குது. இப்போ நீங்க போன்ல தான் கனெக்ட் பண்ணணும் சவுண்ட். அங்கே கேக்குது. மேம் கேக்குதா? கேக்குதா? சவுண்ட் கேக்குதா? ஹலோ ஹலோ ஹலோ
சார் audible sir.
ஹலோ ஹலோ ஏய் மீட்டிங் ஆன் பண்ணு. ஹலோ
ஆனா ஸ்பீக்கர்ல கனெக்ட் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. நான் என்ன ஆச்சு?
ஹலோ ஹலோ கேக்குதா? ஹலோ ஹலோ கேக்குதா? நீங்க ஹலோ பயங்கரமா எக்கோ அடிக்குது. எக்கோ பயங்கரமா அடிக்குது. கொஞ்சம் முடிஞ்சு. தேங்க்யூ. Yes. கேக்குதா?
Good afternoon to one and all. Sir, I am audible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Honorable Director, sir, and Chief Guest in charge, and my dear students. Here is a truly inspirational sports personality, Mr. Sadagopan Sadish, sir, the mentor on DBC Velamal Bodhi campus, to enlighten the significance and role of the sports for life. And I heartily invite our sports personality, Mr. Sadagopan Sadish Kumar, sir. Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, dear children. In fact, I am really very happy to have you all here for this orientation of the importance of sports. So I'm really very happy to see so many children interested in sports. Velamal Bodhi Campus Schools. I'd like to introduce myself as the sports mentor of our Velamal Knowledge Park and Velamal Bodhi Campus Schools. So sports is very, very essential for every one of us, irrespective of whether we are going to make a career out of it or not. For those who want to make a career out of it, definitely there are lots of options available. I'll be coming on that later. But whoever doesn't want to make a career also, sports is very, very essential part of everybody's life. In fact, especially when we are students, it is very, very important for us. Everybody should take up some sport, and we will have to be with the sports every day, at least 1 hour. Can I have the PowerPoint presentation? I'm just sharing a screen now. Are you all able to see the screen? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the topic is sports and its importance. So now, what are the topics we are going to see in today's orientation program? Careers in sports. Why sports is necessary? How it helps for our physical wellness, and especially in today's context, the role of technology, which plays a very important part in sports. Dear children, are you all able to see the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes,
One
sir.
of you can answer, right? Thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir.
So let us discuss about what are all the careers available in sports, right? So for those who wants to make a career out of it, want to become a professional sportsman, so many options are there available. In earlier days, sports was just played as an extracurricular activity. Sports was just an extracurricular activity, but sports has become a profession for many nowadays. So what are all the careers we can make out of sports? Player. The sport you want to play, in that you can become a big player. If you want to become a big player, you can make a career out of it. Then coach. After your playing days also, you have a career out of your sport. You can play a role of a coach, or you can become a referee of your own. Maybe as we call it in cricket, umpire, a curator. Why is this disturbance happening in the real lines? Or what is this? Is somebody disturbing this in the screen? I'm seeing a lot of disturbances on the screen. Just a minute, students. Please just check it out. And the screen disturber then koncham. Yeah. Shankar sir, just check pannunga. Yeah. Okay. So, but let the screen be there. I'll just explain about the details of a coach or a coach. No, I want to see that. Referee or an umpire, a curator. What do you mean by a curator? Curator is the person who gets the infrastructure ready for playing. Let it be a practice facility or let it be a match facility. Let it be an area for playing the matches or your courts, shuttle courts or whatever it may be. The curator is the person who gets it ready for, and that curator and all, for example, if you take the salary of our BCCI curator, chief curator who takes care of all the BCCI venues in India, that is Board of Control for Cricket in India. When it comes to cricket, the salary of the curator is 10 lakhs per month. Per month, it is 10 lakhs. And under him, lots of people will be given and they will be doing the job what he designs them for, right? A journalist, a sports journalist, you can write about lots of sports. You can come up with lots of writing and reviews. Your reviews can be present. Lots of medias are covering all these sports nowadays. Lots of schools are, lots of sports are coming up. Lots of medias are covering lots of sports nowadays. So you can become a journalist. Video analyst, that is, here comes the role of technology in sports. Because of the technological development, lots of data can be derived, lots of videos can be uploaded and the videos can be checked, analyzed, and the players can be told about the errors they are doing and the corrections for the same. So because of video analysis, we will be able to detect the errors of a player and give the necessary corrections. In fact, the role of our Indian coach, Rahul Dravid or Vikram Rathore, batting coach or bowling coach, Paras Mambare, anybody, will be looking the videos of Bumrah or Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli and tell them, see, nowadays these mistakes you are doing technically. So if you do this correction, you can become a better player. Like that, video analysis. Data analysis, nothing but every activity of yours, whatever you do in the match, will be collected as data and it will be presented so that whatever mistakes you do, it can be corrected. You can become a member of a TV crew, like maybe a cameraman or like maybe a technician who is able to connect all the cameras in the right areas. You need a lots of knowledge for that. The TV director, you know, the TV director, whenever he is requested, he comes into play to show the slow motion replays of whatever activities, whatever balls he wants to be shown. All these things he does, the TV director. So lots of TV crew people are working. You can become a TV crew member. Masseur. A masseur means who does the massage for all the players. That is also a profession nowadays. He's paid around 1 lakh per month whenever he is with the Indian team when it comes to cricket. Physiotherapist. Physiotherapist is very, very important, who attends small niggles or injuries of any player and immediately gives the solution for the same. Physiotherapy is very, very essential for all the sports. When you are a sportsman, definitely physiotherapy is very, very essential part, and physiotherapist, that's another career what you can make out of. And physical trainer. You have to do lots of fitness activities. You should know about your own self and you should develop your areas of strength more to compete in the highest levels with high intensity. So physical trainer, you can become a physical trainer who can guide a player. These are all careers which after your playing days, you can make out. Even after your playing days, there is a career for you. That's what I mean by telling all these things. Physical trainer is a very important role for all these sports. A manager in the sense you will have to take care of all the what is it that equipments of the players, their stay, their comforts, whatever their travel plans, all these things. There will be a separate team, and that team also, that is also a very professional job, and that also is a very good career in sport. Commentator. So after playing, my brother, you know about my brother is Sadagopan Ramesh. He is a former India cricketer. So now he is a commentator in Star Sports Tamil. So you can become a commentator of your choice, your language, your regional language, whatever regional language yours is, let it be Tamil or Hindi or Telugu or Malayalam or whatever it may be. You can become a commentator in your own regional language if you are going to be a past player. And many more careers are available for all students who are going to take up sports as profession. So sports is not just an extracurricular activity for keeping ourselves a bit fit, but sports gives a lots of career options for all. Whoever is going to be associated with any sport can make a career out of these things. It's not a specific only it should be a cricketer or something. Let it be cricket, let it be football, let it be basketball, let it be volleyball, let it be shuttle badminton, whatever sport it may be, tennis, whatever sport it may be. After you are playing this, you can definitely make a career out of your sport. Disturbance. Why it is happening? Okay. So I'm very sorry for the disturbances, whatever is happening in the sheet, whatever I'm sharing now, screen, whatever I'm sharing. But don't worry about that. These things will always be available for you. It will be given to you through our school after our session is over. Okay. So these are all so many careers available in sports. Now, what are all the platforms through which we can develop our career as a sportsman? It's very essential for us to have platforms where we can go, how we can become a player. If you want to become a cricketer, how? If you want to become a footballer, how? If you want to become a basketball player, how? You want to make a career out of it, how? What are all the platforms available for us? School days is the best period for all children to learn the sport, whatever you are very passionate. If you are passionate with some sport, the best period is your school days. Because after you grow and after you move on to your college, then you will have more responsibilities towards your studies. You want to make a career out of, you want to make a life out of your academics. So what will happen is it will be very difficult for you to concentrate on at that point of time. The best period to learn any sport, the best period, if you want to become a sportsman, the best period to learn is during your school days, especially below 9th standard. If at all you are going to be in 11th standard, if you want to start afresh, you should be able to balance your academics as well as your sports in a better manner so that you will be able to do well in your academics also. Never compromise your academics for the sake of taking up some sport. Rahul Dravid, a great sportsman who is now coach for Indian team, is a very good actor. Anil Kumble is an engineer. Krishnamachari Srikanth, who comes in commentary, who played in the 1980s and early 90s for India, is an engineer. Venkatragon, who was the most important player for Tamil Nadu cricketers to follow and become take up cricket and play for the state or the country. He is also an ME, mechanical engineer. So, Master of Engineering he has completed. So, academics also don't compromise on that. So if you don't want to compromise on your academics, at the same time, if you want to take up sport as a profession or a career, the best is school days. In your school days, you should learn. After that, whatever you learn, you have to practice, you have to practice, you have to practice, you have to practice. And if you become a master of those things, you will definitely become a good player and you can make a career out of it. So school days are very essential. If you miss out on the school days, if you are very good also, academics also, Shankar sir, mute panikonga. If you are very good in your academics also, then you can take it up in your college days also, you can easily do it. Suppose we say that the best place is our school, the best period is our school days for taking up any sport profession. But we don't have that facility in our school. Then what will happen? There are lots of academies for all these sports spread over. When we were playing in our days, we used to go to only place Chepak. I'm a cricketer, basically. I'm a cricket coach. So when we were in our playing days, the only Chepak Stadium, we used to go there and play in the late 80s and the early 90s. We used to go there and practice. And no coaches and all were available. We just practice on our own. Somebody is shouting. Can you mute, please? Konjam mute பண்ணிக்க முடியுமா? Somebody's voice is coming out. Thank you. So it was the scenario in those days, but now there are lots of academies. Within maybe another 1,000 meters something, there is 1 kilometer radius, there are academies. For all these sports, I am not talking about only cricket. For all these sports, let it be shuttle badminton, let it be basketball, let it be volleyball, let it be football, let it be athletics, whatever it may be. Okay. But how did it happen? Sorry, children, again. So, okay, I'm talking about the platforms and the second. Right. So, school days are the best. If you miss out on school days, college days. If your school or college doesn't have the facility or infrastructure or coach for whatever sport you want to play, then academies are there. Lots of academies are there. All these sports are governed by respective boards. For example, cricket is governed by the Board of Control for Cricket in India. Same way, table tennis is governed by the Tamil Nadu Table Tennis Association, Tamil Nadu Basketball Association for Basketball, Tamil Nadu Football Association, and of course our India country also has got an association, the India Football Association, the India Basketball Association, the India Table Tennis Association, all these things, each and everywhere we have got boards directing, boards controlling the sport. So if you practice in an academy or if you practice during your school days and become a good player, those boards will select you for representing the state or for the country. There is a step. Each age group has got a state team. In cricket, we have got state team for under 14, under 16, under 19, under 23, under 25, and then the senior state team. Same way in shuttle badminton, we have got for 13, 15, 17, 19, like that. Each sport has got age group representation also for the respective state or for the respective country. So the boards, lots of boards are there. For each board controls the sport. So see, you learn in your school, you start playing, you start learning, you start playing well, then you represent your respective district where you belong to. I'm able to see lots of students from our various districts participating in this Zoom meeting. That is from Trichy or from Namakkal or from Coimbatore or from anywhere, most of the places, lots of children are in this Zoom meeting. So you can start representing your districts. Then from the districts, they will conduct inter-district matches, and from that inter-district matches, and all districts team will be selected. And from the all districts team, they will play against the Chennai City team, and they will get selected for the state. There is a lots of process which takes place. This is communicated. This is controlled by the board, the respective boards. Okay. Can I continue? Yeah. Writer. Thank you. Thank you so much. So you can see a lots of carriers. What you can make out of? You can see a lots of carrier again. If you want to become each and every sport in that manner, I told you the lots of carrier are there. How, as a player, if you want to become a player, there are lots of academies to teach you in your own school. You can have a coach. You can practice with. You can learn from your coach, and you can start playing. Then again, after learning, if you start practicing and if you play well, the boards, the respective board or the respective state board or the respective country board will take care of you, taking care of you and making you a better cricketer and making a career out of it. Carriers in sports, all these things. If a player, if you become a great player, what will happen is there are lots of jobs opportunities. There is lots of money as a professional also. For example, there is a company called Chemplast Sanmar in Chennai. They're what do you say, that they are picking players on contract. They are paying them almost close to 2 lakhs per month as a salary for playing for their team alone. When it comes to cricket, for example, if you take Dinesh Karthik, I hope you all know who Dinesh Karthik is when it comes to cricket, right? Dinesh Karthik is hired by a company called India Cements. He was playing for a company called Kempla Sanmar. Now that company, India Cements, is paying Dinesh Karthik 2 lakhs per month to play for their team. Like that, they are hiring many players. So many players they have hired. Like that, lots of companies like MRF, any other, like other sports also, so many sports also, they are hiring players for the contract. In contract, they hire the player and they make them play. So you have a career. See, career means, what does it mean? A livelihood. You can make a livelihood out of this sport. Once you start making a livelihood out of the sports, if you are a very good player, then your life is settled. You can have a family in the future and you need not worry about your life at all. So if you start playing and if you make a career out of it, there are lots of things awaiting for you. And especially the beauty of sports is it gives you fame. It gives you fame. It gives you fortune. Lots of things. What is fame? You will be coming in the television. You will be getting lots of headlines in the newspapers. You will be invited as chief guest for your own school in the future if you are going to achieve, right? So whoever is becoming a great player who represents the state, when you start representing your state, when you start representing your districts, when you start representing your country, when you start representing your zone, you are very famous. You are becoming a very famous person. So because of which you will be invited as chief guest for your own school for many functions anywhere. Okay, so that fame is available because of sports. Maybe, I don't know how you are going to be becoming famous because of your educational career, but sports will definitely give you fame. Sports will definitely give you fortune. And of course, sports has grown to a stage in our country where it can give a very good livelihood and very good career for you. So sports can be definitely taken up as a profession. So because of that, everybody should take up sport. Whether you are going to become a big player or not, you've got a career as a coach, as a referee. See, I am sitting in front of you. My playing days are all over 20 years back. Till I represented my state or anything, before 23 years, everything was over. But now also, this sport, cricket, what I was with, I'm with the school, I'm at our school, I'm taking care of lots of children, I'm able to teach lots of things for our children. Okay, and this is my profession. So see, just because of taking up sport, it's carried on through my life also. My life is an example for that. I have not represented the country. Apart from the state, I have not represented anything more. But even otherwise, even just playing for the state alone, I was able to make a career out of it. Then imagine if you represent your country, what all things are waiting for you. So anything in life, whether let it be academics, example only. Suppose somebody has taken NEET. Okay, you want to become a doctor and you have to definitely go through the NEET for the making out a career as a doctor. Suppose if you don't score the marks which are expected to be scored, that is, I think 420 or something is the mark, I think, right? I don't know exactly about that. If you are not going to score the minimum marks, then it will be very difficult for you to make a career. Some other options should be taken. So like that, sports also. Once you take it up, you want to make it a career, the amount of hard work, whatever you have to put, you put. If you achieve, definitely it is going to give you more than whatever you are going to get because of the academic front. Because it adds fame also. You will become a very famous person once you take up sports. Even after your career as a player, you can become see so many options. The first thing is only we want to become player, representing the country or something. All other things, after our playing days also, we have got as a career. So that is the benefit which has changed from the earlier days. In the 90s and all, there was no coach, there was no career as an umpire, as a curator, as a journalist, whatever I have mentioned here. Before the 90s, before the 2000, these things were all not there. Sports in our country has grown to a stage where so many options are available for us as a career. But for making that career, the best days are our school days, college days, academies, and boards are there to help you in this regard, right? What are all the types of sports available? sports can be categorized into. I hope now the screen is clear and there is no disturbance, right? Thanks to our management, they have helped me in this regard. Can anyone come out and tell that whether you are able to see the screen properly? Can anyone tell me? Am I available on the Zoom? Okay. Can anyone tell me? Anybody from any school? Okay, anyway, I just wanted an answer. See, types of sports. Sports can be categorized into outdoor, indoor, and I put others. There are only two. It can be played outside or it can be played inside. But what is that others? Others are nothing but sports which you need not have more physical exertion. You need not have more physical exertion. Example is chess or a carom. Okay. Or a billiards, snooker. Billiards, snooker. Okay. These sports and all doesn't need much of physical exertion. Chess is something related to our brain, mind. Carom is also something related to our mind as well as a very less physical activity using this finger alone for playing. And of course, snooker also, you are not going to run or you are not going to move around very much. No reflexes required. You just play. Some body balancing is enough for that. So that's why I brought this sports called others. And in that others also, do you all remember that our famous Pragyananda from our school? There are lots of people more who have achieved in chess from our own school. Chess is an integral part of our Velammal institutions. So others, in that other sports also, we can make a big career. In the young age itself, how much fame he has obtained because of his achievements. Okay. So there is a Kutraleshwar and I think some one more swimming. So lots of people are there from our school. Next is outdoor sports and indoor sports. There are certain sports which are both outdoor also as well as indoor also. For example, swimming can be had in